Good evening, I'm Micah Ullman alongside Cher Calvin. We begin here at 10 o'clock with breaking news out of the Crenshaw district where protesters are marching and vandalizing cars and businesses.
Well, the LAPD is on tactical alert. Also just announced by the LAPD that they have declared unlawful assembly. City leaders also calling for calm right now. Tim Lynn is in Sky 5. He's been overhead watching the situation there. Tim?
Well, that's right. It was pretty peaceful here at Leimert Park where you're looking, but then a large crowd came up from the south around 63rd and Crenshaw, worked its way all the way up here to Vernon and Crenshaw, and then started causing trouble. As they were coming up Crenshaw, they were kicking on windows and trying to break into businesses. At one point, when they got into the Crenshaw Plaza, they all rushed the door of the Walmart and went inside and started looting in there. LAPD was very quick to get on scene there and drive those people out. No one was taken into custody there. Then that group reformed and worked its way back down here to Vernon and Crenshaw at Leimert Park, where most of the protesters that were doing it peacefully and the right way down here, they merged in with them, and then that's when LAPD put out the dispersal order, made it an unlawful assembly. You can see right there the skirmish line going across Crenshaw Boulevard at Vernon. They're not letting them go southbound again, and they're holding them right in this area here, trying to contain the rowdy folks, to separate them from the good folks down here, and then make this whole area safe for them to continue with their protests. But right now they've shut it completely down, made a dispersal order, and are now working their way to move the people out of the area before any real trouble starts up down here. So that's the latest from over Leimert Park. Let me send it back down to you.
Tim, they've been at this for the better part of 2 hours now as we've been watching and listening. And from what we understand at this point, we know of but one arrest and reports of minor injuries throughout. What are you seeing from your vantage point?
Well, we've been watching LAPD. They've been very laid back. They've been paralleling the protesters as they moved up and down Crenshaw, and they stayed to one block on either side of a very large force, large strike team either side, waiting for something to happen and just to be able to move really quickly. And then it did finally happen when they started getting into the Walmart. They even ran into a McDonald's down here at, I believe it was 43rd and Crenshaw, and they started looting there and jumping the counters and harassing the customers and employees. But LAPD jumps in and knocks it down really quickly and then moves back into the neighborhood, trying to keep things under control, not trying to incite any type of problem with the folks, trying to do it very, very quickly and aggressively, then backing off versus trying to just, go hand to hand with these people. Because right now it's just a small core of troublemakers down here causing a lot of problems and getting mixed in with the folks just doing their normal right to assemble and freedom of speech to protest over the Zimmerman and Martin case that went on down in Florida. But you can see right here, they're holding their own here at Vernon and Crenshaw. Right now, we haven't seen much more clash between the police and police and the protesters at this point. We have not heard of any officers being injured. We haven't seen any real interaction between the officers and the protesters that other than just to move them out of the way. They quickly move out of the way as soon as this big strike force moves in on them. So they're just keeping a close watch on this down here at Leimert Park.
All right, Tim Lynn for us in Sky 5 as we see more police officers moving in. Unlawful assembly declared there in the Crenshaw district.